We are live. Do we have audio? Why can't I hear me? Oh boy, now I can hear me. Oh, that air conditioner out there is a little loud. Can I turn that down? Hopefully we can still get the birds. A little bit. Not too many birds right now. Oh boy. Every day I wake up and I pour myself a cup of this locally brewed coffee. I brewed it myself. La da 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 da. We still don't have a morning show theme song. We're gonna do some coffee and correspondence, get caught up on everything that we need to do for the week to make sure the week is planned properly. I did knock out some things earlier this, I say earlier this morning. I guess technically that's true because it was after midnight. I went to go to bed last night and I was like, you know what? I should find all my photos of the inside of the pinball machine. With all the measurements, because I had like a ruler. Tommy says, good morning. Brewed in your kitchen is still locally brewed coffee. Yes, I was going to say locally roasted, but then I said locally brewed. I haven't moved my photos of the inside of the machine with the ruler over yet to the computer. And that's the sort of thing we might do today if we have time. In the meantime, if y'all are curious about, like, kind of what more there is inside the machine here on the bottom of the cabinet, let me see if I can find... Yeah, so here is a, image. Oh, boy, sorry, still waking up. I'm too tired not to sneeze when I look at a light. Oh boy, excuse me. I looked over because the ring lights are right behind the thing. What is it? I don't know what is that called where you sneeze when you look at the sun. Did they make that up for Pete and Pete? The Adventures of Pete and Pete on Nickelodeon. I don't know. Okay. Oh, we need to pause folding at home. Okay. So if you're curious, how often do I stream on YouTube? Probably, I don't know, 8 to 10 times a week. Nope, Queen says, what's up? With whom are we corresponding? As per usual, my Monday streams are usually a lot of, like, catching up on emails and checking out what we have to do to get the week started right. We have a call with my fantastic community liaison, that Tommy Boy, coming up in a little bit. To answer any questions Tommy has about what needs to go in this week's newsletter on the website. Tommy says Google calls it photic sneeze reflex. Thank you, Tommy. The more you know. Why did my voice crack like that? More coffee. Not warmed up. Not warmed up voice-wise. Okay, so, Bum, 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 bum. We should probably... I was hoping that if Mumbo logs on, I wanted to bother him real quick about his thing. So we're not going to send him a message. Let me review messages from the HermitCraft group. Bum, 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 ba-da-bum. Da-da-dun, da-da-dun, da-da-dun. Okay, server went down last night, but it is now back up. I have sent a message to a hermit about a possible HHH thing, but we won't hear back from them for a little while. Let's send a message real quick to Cleo. Oh yeah, she's now zombie Cleo. Thanks, Discord. Hey, I sent a message to blank asking if they needed help with the I have some birch placement in my pinball machine. Don't accidentally spell that word with the wrong letter in the middle. Alphys Strix tips 10 and writes, "This is my first super chat." Thank you very much, Alphys Strix. I don't know if you can see me down here in slot 9 putting the hut in the hotbar, but I'm holding up my abacus to show the 10 beads I just put on there in appreciation. If you've never seen a Joe Hill stream before, you might not know that when we hit certain tipping milestones, the camera gets bigger. That's right. So we are now only $10 away from our first face camera expansion milestone. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. I see some folks showing up in the different chats. Sorry, I'm trying to write Cleo a message real quick. I sent a message to Blank asking if they needed help with blank today. If not, do you have anything else? I have some birch placement in my pinball machine. That like cross beams, like reinforcing beams in the base of the cabinet, but I don't know if that would fill the time. Okay. Alpha Strix says, how does streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time work? You just send each of them an RTMP feed of your video. Most people don't do that because they made the mistake of signing bad contracts that prevent them from streaming more than one place at once, and I refuse to sign bad contracts. Smugless just tipped 20 and says, howdy, Joe. Did you beat Cub at TCG? Well, first off, before I answer, let me thank you for that. I just put that on the abacus. We are now 10 past our first face camera expansion milestone. So if you direct your attention down here to slot 9, where I'm putting the hot in the hot bar, I can say, howdy, y'all. Grow Hills here, expanding as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Dee-da-dee-da-dee, dee-da-dee-da-dee, alrighty. The answer is yes, I did. And if you want to see how, I guess you can figure that out, though. I was going to say, it's kind of a bit of a spoiler, but I've been wearing the pyramid badge around, so it's not too much of a spoiler. It shows up every time. If you want to see, it actually was a pretty tense game. Because Cub thrashed me the first time. And so I made some changes to my setup with my cards. And let's see, I'm going to put Cub versus Joe fight. Here is the link to that if you want to bookmark that for later. But yeah, great question. If you love TCG, honestly, that was one of the, normally I edit down the TCG fights pretty significantly, but I was looking at that fight and I was like, no, this is about, there was like only one bit where we were just doing basic damage to each other for like 3 turns in a row. And I was like, maybe I should speed this part up. And I'm like, but the entire rest of the fight is turn by turn because, like, each turn is significant in some way. So it's like, oh, we have 3 insignificant turns in the middle where all we're doing is hitting each other really hard. And I'm like, that's still kind of significant. I'll leave it in. So it's definitely less edited than some of my other TCG matches. But, I did, like, cut down a little bit of when Cub would be like, and then I'm thinking that I will, actually. Like, there was a little bit of that I cut out, but, like, every turn is in there. But, yeah, the only reason, and Cub, it's not that, I'm not trying to mock Cub for being a poor performer in terms of, like, pacing his sentences, but like I was trying to maneuver him into a situation where he would have to make hard decisions, and I think it paid off. So it's like, it's working. I'm gonna cut some of this down so that Cub looks more confident and that keeps the pace up. But it worked. Yay. Cleo said, I don't have a specific thing to do. I could do with some sand, but not excessively. Oh, whoa. Did I just resize the window? 1924 by 1080. No! I accidentally clicked the window and resized it. That's the worst. Okay. Okay. We're going to try. Can I resize it back? Because if not, we're going to have to restart the game. 1920 by 1080. Woo! Perfect. Pixel perfect. Pixel perfect dragging and dropping there. Okay. Okay. But yeah, that should not have happened. Let's go ahead and move some of this around. That needs to be down there. We can resize that like so. The computer, we lost power last night, so, oh no. Test. That looks like it's okay. Wait, if we lost power last night, then that means that this part is reset. Oh, good. Glad I caught this now. Give me a second. Oh, wait, we gotta lay our head down and dream first real quick. Welcome, Shiro. Glad you could join us. Chloe the Great and Powerful. Glad to see you as always. Kaname, Sapphire Smith. Agrabin Sola. Okay, Cleo says she doesn't have a specific thing to do. I could do with some sand. We need to check if Jevin picked up the sand from us. Hey, morning, Drubaka. R. Knudsen says, one of the biggest advantages in TCG is knowing who you're playing against and preying on their weaknesses. I will say Cub did his best to buffer his deck against that by making sure, that most of his cards were balanced. Because at that point, it wasn't like I could just do a straight up, what do you call it? Let's see. I couldn't do a straight up type advantage. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Cub made a point of saying he was not going to modify his deck between rounds. So one thing we just did, if you were here on Friday but you weren't here Saturday and Sunday, you might not notice this, but I'm noticing it. We put in the second layer of birch. So in the same way that the walls of the pinball machine are 5 blocks thick, the base of the pinball machine is 5 blocks thick. And so you might say, well, what does that mean? Well, that means that we had to do 2 layers of birch here. Which we have now done. But let me figure out... my brain is all over the place, but it's the morning. We need to... we need to land by the trees so the trees grow back. It really won't show the significance of having the second layer in until we start cutting the holes in the bottom of it for, like, where the subwoofer goes and stuff. We actually, one of the reasons we need more birch is there's actually, like, a whole subwoofer cabinet. I can send you all a picture that called, it's called Scott Denise's Subchamber. This is not my photo. This is a photo Kim Mitchell took for IPDB. But, you can see that tall crossbeam that I'm always standing on there. Just below the shaker motor. There's the shaker motor and then the audio subsystem in that photo. Oh yeah, I should post that for the Discord people too. Do not put fingers in your motor when power is on. That thing does not have safeties. I mean, it has a case. I mean, a case is kind of a safety. Kind of. Emperor Vorthen, glad you could join us. Emperor Vorthen writes, finally, I've been trying to catch a stream for the first time in a while, and here I am. Glad to have you by. We are currently doing our Monday morning preparations for the week. My thought was, I'll go ahead through here since I need to replant all this birch anyway. We'll gather a bunch of this. And then we will start actually going through my other correspondence and stuff. I've sent messages to 2 hermits already about planning stuff for this week. I don't think the Etho versus XP Crafted match has been scheduled yet. Lemony says, I had to leave last night. Did we finish Don Quixote? We finished 3 more chapters. Did we finish chapter 10? I think we read enough of Don Quixote that I realized I need to read ahead if we're going to keep reading it. Because I didn't realize, like, I knew it was a comedy, but I didn't realize that there would be some, like, Evil Dead style gore in it. Like, part of what he's parodying is how violent these matches that the knights would have in these books of chivalry. And I didn't realize that yeah. And I'm like, I'm not sure if this is as good a choice as I thought it was. If you've already got a bunch of beehives in an area, does it make it less likely for more to spawn? Like, should I be moving those away from there to increase spawning of more? Is kind of my thought. They're not losing their homes. I'm just moving them so they're not hovering. Once I chop down all these trees. Whoops. Okay. No effect, people are saying. Okay, so it's not like there's a certain density beyond which it's like, nope, no more hives. There's already 12 hives in this area. You're done. Ooh, let's go check on if our mystery neighbor has done anything over here. They hadn't last night, but if it's a British person, they might have done something this morning before I woke up. I don't think that bed was there. I don't think that ender chest was there. Let's see whose ender chest it was. It's mine. Okay, well, that's not a good clue. We'll need to include that in our recording. We are going to do a recording, especially if Mumbo logs on, because I want to go point out, like, point out that or something. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna offload these. We got some great birds today. That's nice. How are we on elytra? Oh, we're okay on the primary elytra. Oh, our our normal axe is getting low though. So I think I'll take those both with me to go repair stuff. I was like, oh no, my card deck is getting low too, but that's the booster pack. Okay. Mushroom Bane. Mushroom Bane, Mushroom Bane. Let's chop some trees. Mushroom bane, do, dee, do, dee. Okay, so we'll chop some more trees, then we'll let the trees grow back while we get prepped for the week. Let me think about my calendar. You know what? That's not going to work. Let me open my calendar on the laptop here. Calendar. Uh-oh, sorry. Ah, that's right next to the microphone stand. That wasn't intentional. No. Okay. Well, yeah, that shouldn't be able to hit that. Sorry. This is part of getting set up for the week. Not being set up for the week. I feel like I should be bringing the arm around here, like when I do that. Okay. Let's see. So, big stuff today. Gonna try and do HHH with Cleo. Unless they decide to schedule the TCG championship at that time last minute. That's the problem, is I can't announce any afternoon streams, because that's likely to be when the TCG... It'll probably be around 2 p.m. Central, which is when I would do a lot of stuff. Bum, 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 bum. Didn't I say Scar had plans for a secret build in that area at the beginning of the season? Yeah, but I think Scar is busy with Scarland. That's one of the reasons I don't think it's him, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like... Yeah, Scar had asked about using that area, like, a year ago. Like, before the shopping district was done. Or when the shopping... Like, I had claimed my pinball area, I think. But yeah, if HHH this week is cheering on the TCG final, then it won't be a streamed HHH, though. Like, we want the TCG final to be, like, an event for the videos. What build are we talking about? Oh, somebody started clearing a bunch of land in my neighborhood, and we're going to go pop over there for a recording segment shortly. Will I still record my perspective of the match? Yeah. I mean, that's part of it, is that, like, we would be like, look, it's the big finale, blah, blah, blah. Kendall says it would be cool to see a stream even of the final where everyone watching is streaming it. Like, YouTube premiere? I don't really think I like those. Usually by the time I've edited a video, I have watched it so many times. I'm like, and I'll just be sad if I'm watching it with other people and they're just like, Joe, why is the audio muted here? I'll be like, no, I thought I was done. I gotta go back. Well, the big thing is that Beef wants to launch the in-game expansion packs. And the tournament is kind of gatekeeping. Beef can't move forward with his schedule to release the new cards until after the tournament. So we need to do this as soon as possible. Is there going to be live commentary on the final? Well, I mean, there will be recorded commentary on the final. The Hermits will be watching and being like, ooh, can't believe he did that. Ooh, I don't know about that. That sort of thing. Sunny Cycle says, will this be the end of TJC? Usually people don't end things by releasing an expansion to it. So, this is the end of the TCG Season 1 tournament, is the idea. R says, will Season 2 be the expansion packs and another tournament? There will definitely be some expansion packs. But I can't make any announcements about any other tournaments. You might think that, but I couldn't possibly comment. Okay. So we have replanted a whole field here of trees that we can let grow while we fix our cameras and do all of our other stuff. Because, yeah, even though the camera isn't blatantly broken now because it's very small, the camera will get larger as people tip We are currently $10 away from our second face camera expansion milestone. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Kindle says, when is the card pre-order closing? May 15th. So, okay, we are going to just plant these saplings and then look at my calendar and send any emails and stuff that we need to do, or messages to the other hermits. Okay. And anybody else, correspondence-wise. Okay, so let's put... Okay, so I'm going to go to... I'm going to put in this... Okay, so tentative schedule... Tentative streaming schedule week of Monday, May 1st. Okay, so 1 p.m. 1 p.m. bonus HermitCraft stream is possible, but I also... Let me go verify that the hermits haven't picked a time for this that I missed or something. Or Zombie Cleo might have said that pre-orders end on the... So do they end at 12:01 on the 15th? So it's effectively the 14th is the last day to order cards. I don't know. It's not clear. Do I mean May 8th, not 1st? Probably. Have we picked 8? Has a time been selected for the finals yet? Okay. Kindleless MC says, where can we get the cards? I will find out. creocards.com/products/hermitcraft. Just as a quick reminder, the Federal Trade Commission requires I disclose that I do have a financial interest in this card game. I do receive a small royalty, but this is not technically considered a sponsored stream because this is something that I helped work on. It's kind of like if you're linking to a book you helped co-author, you don't have to like put all those hashtag ad things in there because this is just letting y'all know that something I'm involved with is underway. Mini Cheesemouse says, howdy, Joe. We got an extra day off today because a dude got a sparkly hat on Saturday. Awesome. I hope it was Scar. That guy's had a run of bad luck, and he really could use a good hat. Let's see. Speaking of tips, we got another 10 rolling in from R. Nudson, who tips 10. That sentence was poorly constructed, but the money is appreciated. Oh no, the camera's getting bigger, and I do need to still fix it. Here we go. Expand Joe. Do. And when I say I need to fix it, I mean like all of the things are currently set to auto, which doesn't look terrible right now, but is about to if anything in the room changes, or like it'll autofocus at awkward times once the camera gets big and stuff. So we need to reset everything to manual. So white balance, we're gonna reset to manual here. That's gonna take a second. Do. Okay, camera control, focus we need to set to manual. Exposure we need to set to manual. Okay. Alrighty. I feel like that's a little bit too dark. on the camera, but the thing is, if I turn it up any... Oh, wait, which side of that is my face? The shirt here will get too bright. If we turn up the exposure, and then you can see the shirt on the chair behind me. What kind of correspondence are we talking about? I'm sending messages to, like, the other hermits and planning my week. So... Oh. I realize now why I wasn't copying and pasting links. It's because I had cut my schedule from a thing and was going to paste it somewhere else, and I can't get it back. Okay, so we're going to restart on the schedule. Okay. Tentative streaming schedule for week of Monday, May 8th. Monday, May 8th, 1 p.m. Monday, May 8th at 1 p.m. HermitCraft bonus stream. Monday, May 8th at 8:30 p.m. HermitCraft 9 live. Tuesday, May 9th at 8:30 a.m. HermitCraft bonus stream. This is not formatted well at all. I don't even... Okay, definitely nothing Tuesday night, Wednesday night, but definitely Wednesday morning. Wednesday, May 10th at 8:30 a.m. Crafts with Cleo. Beef is back. Oh, I forgot to set this to open and streaming. Okay. And that's probably going to be prep for Zelda stream. Okay. Moving on. We forgot to set the calendar to weekly view. Okay, so... Let me move the mic over here so that I can actually use the laptop better. So, Thursday, 8:30 is Quinn on HermitCraft. Friday is the big one, 8:30 to 2:30 p.m. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 Tears of the Kingdom with Mega Stream with Quinn. Okay. And then Saturday and Sunday. No. Oh, wait. Saturday I'm going to have the TCG games. What time is that going to be at? Thursday, May 11th at 8:30 a.m. HermitCraft for Quinn. Okay. Friday, May 12th at 8:30 a.m. Is it Legend of Zelda or Legends of Zelda? Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, no, wait, no, I missed one. Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild 2, Tears of the Kingdom 2023. 6-hour mega stream with Quinn Hills. Salem tips 10 and writes, thanks for making Monday mornings brighter. Or lower opacity, at least. Thank you very much, Salem. That puts us 10 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Sorry to hear about your, what do you call it? Sorry to hear about your world saves, Arnudson. That can be really rough. But anyway, thank you again to Salem for the tip. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. We are 10 away from the next expansion. It's just one legend. One Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda. Okay. 11 Droid 10 says, so excited for the new Zelda. Been playing those for years and love the series. I'm excited too. I normally wouldn't play a game like that on launch, but I'm so excited for it. I'm going to be playing that game for 6 hours that day no matter what. So I figured we might as well try and make it entertaining. I'm excited and optimistic. Okay, so Saturday we've got the 8:30 p.m. stream. Oh, wait, no. We've got the morning stream too. Hold on. Saturday, May 12th. Let me find out what time that thing is at. Saturday, May 12th at... No, it's Saturday, May 13th. At... time. Tommy, I'm pressing enter this time so I don't copy and paste a Creo Cards link again and delete my progress. We are growing trees, Bloomter. Welcome. Okay. Welcome, Archibald and Intravenous Lad. Ness, glad to have you. That's the first part of that, Tommy. Let me figure out this HermitCraft thing. So this... let me go to announcements. Do we have the time announced? Wait, final match will take place next... Oh, okay. Next round of Total Chaos. Oh, that's this week. That's tomorrow. Okay, see, this is the stuff I gotta get on my calendar. This is why we're going through and reading our correspondence here. Apparently... Okay, let's get this on there. Okay. Okay. 'Jump online and stream. We're going to be playing as many TCG matches as possible between 6 p.m. BST and 10 p.m. BST. So that's noon to 4, I think. Feel free to stream play matches all day long. Okay, so Saturday at noon U.S. Central Time. Four hours of TCG. Okay. Saturday, May 13th at 8:30 p.m. HermitCraft 9 live. Same thing for Sunday, May 14th. And then we're back to Monday morning, the 15th there. We're going to be doing morning stream. Okay. Okay. See, I'm glad. This is why we're doing all this reviewing stuff, because I would have missed. I thought the Total Chaos thing was next week. But what I realized is that it is now next week. And Tommy, if you want to put in a note that, actually make sure, yeah, for this week's streaming schedule, put tentative up there, because there's more stuff than usual that might get moved around, and like put in a note that says like something like Joe anticipates this week might be a little bit chaotic on the server, and so there may so things might get shifted around last minute. You know, you can make sure you subscribe to him on YouTube and Twitch if you want alerts or whatever. Okay. So, what have we done? We have got our schedule for the week roughed out here. Okay. I need to find my dry erase markers and figure out which ones still work. Okay, so next, I think, so that's the sort of thing that sounds like a task, not like an appointment. So I think we're probably about ready to move on to my task list for the week. Tommy Boy says, I assume the answer is no or probably not, but I'm going to ask anyway to be sure. Do you need moderation for the Zelda stream or the TCG stream? Oh, these are great questions, Tommy. Thank you for asking. The TCG stream shouldn't be fast-paced enough that I need moderation. And the Legend of Zelda stream, Quinn is going to be here. And so I will have Quinn to kind of elbow me. Quinn can keep an eye on the... I'm not going to, like, give Quinn mod powers, because that's not her job. But, like, if there's something going wrong in the chat, Quinn will be keeping an eye on that as well. So we'll have two sets of eyes on it. There will be somebody in the room who can physically elbow me and go, hey, you need to ban that person, you know? So honestly, yeah. With the TCG coming out, a lot of folks have been very excitedly ordering the TCG, and I am very happy about that. But those, you know, what do you call them? Royalty payments aren't going to be coming in for a while. So I'm not what the kids would call especially liquid right now in terms of paying a moderator for 6 hours. So, especially, yeah. So, since it's a paid gig for Quinn, we're going to do the tip splitting 50-50 on the Friday Zelda stream. So, yeah. I appreciate the offer or suggestion, Tommy, but not especially liquid. So just as a reminder, we are 10 away from our next Facecamera expansion milestone. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Like, yeah, it's just I'm in one of those weird places where it's like, one day I'll get paid for that No Man's Sky stream. But it might be, you know, after quarterly taxes have to go out. So it's like... we'll see. Companies like taking a while to pay people. And that's fine. It's fun working on new things and doing cool stuff with my friends. But, like, it's stressful when I'm like, I might have enough money to make ends meet. Or I might need to dip back into my retirement fund. We'll see when I get paid for this stuff. Yay. Net 365. I know. Tommy says, I'll be more than likely be watching too. Should anything happen, I'll be around. I appreciate it, Tommy. Yeah, if we... yeah. We'll see how it goes. Hey, speaking of money, we got a tip rolling in from Aeon King for 24. Thank you very much, Aeon King. Boom. We were 10 away from our next face camera expansion, so that's done. Next problem. Boom. And then we are $14 toward the next problem. But 6 away from the expansion after this one. So here we go. It's time to expand. Thank you very much, Aeon King. Alrighty. Can I lower this in OBS? No, that's the smallest it gets. Okay. Skippy World says, sad to miss the stream on Friday, but I want to play Zelda first before watching the streams of it. It's hard already to avoid the spoilers. Yeah, I normally don't stream games the days they launch, but I realized two things. One, I wanted to play it hanging out with Quinn, and it's hard to justify spending 6 hours in the middle of a workday not working. I also realized I want to stream this at some point, but with really linear story games, I never want to stream them because I'm like, I don't want to ruin the story for everybody. But having played the first Breath of the Wild, I've seen that you can really choose which direction you want to go. Like you can go west or east or south, or even southwest or southeast at the beginning of the game. And, like, you know, the game tells you, go to Kakariko Village. I didn't do that. Anybody else who went to Kakariko Village would have a totally different experience of the game than me, right? So, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to sit here with Quinn and say, okay, so once we get into the open world part of the game, which direction are people least likely to try to go? Let's go that one, you know? And so that way it won't be... what do you call it? As much of a spoiler for y'all. Or, like, y'all would be playing the game entirely differently than me anyway. So, I think that should even out. But we'll find out. Spider-Nom says, was there a most common order people did the beasts in Breath of the Wild? So, when I played Breath of the Wild, I didn't realize you were supposed to do the beasts. I mean, I knew that they were there, but I thought you were supposed to do them, like, at the end of the game. I thought the shrines were the big thing. So I did, like, dozens of the shrines before attempting the beasts, and then I, like, basically did all 4 beasts, and then I fought Ganon. Like, and so that's the thing, too. I also didn't know who Hestu was. I thought all those Korok seeds were just for fun. I didn't know you were supposed to find somebody to give the Korok seeds to. So and people had complained, oh, like in the game you have really limited inventory space. And I'm like, yeah, wow, this does seem a little bit extreme. But, I mean, clearly that's what they want, is for you to go around crafting stuff. So, you know, whatever. So, the thing is, I'm going to play so suboptimally that unless you're incredibly, incredibly sensitive to spoilers, I don't think me playing the game should really diminish your enjoyment of it. I think that you're going to get to the... Because, like, what'll probably happen is, if you go a different direction than me, then by the time you get to the parts that I did first, you'll be, like, so overpowered and have abilities I won't have, right? That, you'll be fine. I think it'll be okay. Still waking up. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. So, let's see. Looking at my schedule here. So it looks like it is a meeting time. So that's the TCG final. Looks like it's on Thursday at meeting time, if I'm reading this right. Let me make sure I'm reading everything here. Thursday, May 11th at 2 p.m. Central. So definitely not streaming that. That's a recording. Go-kart hospital visits. Still haven't heard back from them. Okay. Oh. Okay, let's message Cub real quick. Hey, Cub. I'm fleshing out my schedule for this week and was wondering if you'd like to record something together about that. My next episode has some stuff about Cleo's. Oh, it'll mesh well if so. Okay. Getting all the correspondence out the door. Respondents. Oh, that reminds me. I need to ask Tango for more Blackstone. Tango. Hey. Hey. I think the reason that I haven't... The number one reason I haven't bothered Tango about the Blackstone thing is because I didn't know exactly how much Blackstone I needed. Like... boy. This is... function of 3 here. 2348 to 2385. So 85 minus 48. 85 minus 48 equals 37. And that's from 52 to... Is it? Okay, 37 times 41. Is 1517 divided by 64. That's 23 stacks. That... I guess that sounds right. Now, we also need Blackstone for the coin door in the front of the machine. And hey, it looks like we got a tip rolling in from Mini Cheese Mouse, who says, "Have an amazing week, Joe. Hope to catch some more streams." Well, I hope you enjoyed your day off. There, Mini Cheese Mouse, your bank holiday, as they say in the UK. Let's go ahead and get that 5 on the abacus here. We were 6 away from the next Face Gamer expansion. We are now. We're now. Only 1 away. Tips are welcome via PayPal. Mini Cheese Mouse says, ask for a shulker full. Well, the thing is, we also need Blackstone for the coin door here. It's a holiday in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Nola. Not here. We need Blackstone for the coin door here, too. So we need to figure out how much we need for that. Okay. So we need 23 stacks. Morning, Tango. Any chance you still have surplus Blackstone? I'm short about... Okay, so what is this? This is 2266, 2499. Wait, no, 2266, 34 are the 2 numbers we need here. Two... 2348, 2498. Oh wait, no, 103. So, we definitely need at least 23 stacks for the back, and we need 2348 minus 2266 is 82. So that's 82 and 103 times minus 34 is 69. So 82 times 69 equals that, divided by 64 is 88. So 88 plus 23 stacks is 111 stacks divided by 27. That's 4.1 shulkers. Okay. Morning Tango, any chance you still have surplus Blackstone? I'm short about 4 shulkers worth. If not, no worries. I can try to sort something else. Thanks. Morning Tango, any chance you still have surplus Blackstone? I'm short about 4 shulkers worth for my pinball machine build. If not, no worries. I can try to source. Oh no, I can try to source elsewhere. I'll say. Yeah, that. I can. Thanks. Okay, so correspondence sent to Tango. There, done. We're getting stuff done, folks. We're doing math, and we're getting things finished. Okay, Beef will be handing out the trophies and prize packs at the finals as well. Jevin, immediately after I was like, when's the finals? Never mind, I just saw an announcement. Jevin was like, wait, when is the finals? Apparently nobody knew it had been announced. Okay, this is why we take some time to read through everything one extra time. Hey, morning, Badger. Badger says, at least ask Tango if you can AFK at his gold farm and piglet trading farm. I have asked him that multiple times, and he has repeatedly said no. Like, so I'm not... I have chosen not to ask him that again, because he was pretty clear that he doesn't want... The headache of having someone else accidentally break it, I think, or, like... He does. I don't, straight up, I just don't think he trusts me to operate it safely. Like, and you know what? Okay. He has been very kind, and I'm not going to push it. Like, he's made it clear. My reputation precedes me. Yeah, I might run around and put, like, doubloons in it or something. Badger says, we also have another holiday in 2 weeks. Good to know. Boy, I need to stretch this morning. It is... I'm still waking up. Welcome, Aurelia Neveris. Good morning. Ooh, boy. I am feeling that. Oh. We played pinball yesterday at this punk rock wrestling show. And I can feel it in my, like the fine motor muscles in my lower arms. Like, from nudging the machines. Like, you can always tell... Well, no, that's not true. I can always tell if I have been playing pinball more aggressively. Because I can feel it. Kindless writes, it's easier sometimes to run a farm and AFK while off doing something else than it is to do something else and worry about a farm breaking. Yeah. Yeah. It's just less stress for Tango if he does it himself. Okay. Uh-oh. Bum bada bada bum bada bum bada bada bum. Yeah, another one of these. Probably actually should put that back. Badger says, I can always tell when I've been playing pinball too much because my elbows keep overextending. Yeah. Yeah, Sarah had problems with her elbows, too. Yeah, she told that story on stream. So, it's not like, oh man, Joe, don't talk about people's medical stuff. But yeah, she's had to take a break from nudging as a result. And she's taken on more of a tournament director role. But yeah, I mentioned to her that you had used the braces, but I think she's just trying to, like, cool it in general for now. Tommy says, I think I've got the first draft done. Let me know when you're ready for a call. Now would be great, Tommy, because I feel like I've got my week loosely sorted. Not braces, just strapping tape. Oh, got it. Because I thought we had picked up braces or something at the store. But yeah, let me go ahead and call Tommy. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. Tommy. Dun dun dun. You are exceptionally quiet. Can you make sure that your audio is being routed through the correct microphone? Because it kind of sounds like it's like, you know, when your laptop mic rather than your headset or something.
I only have one microphone and one headset. That's it.
Okay, well, it sounds better now. So maybe it was...
Wow, I changed nothing.
Maybe it was something on Discord's end, then. That's weird.
Thanks, Discord. Maybe it needed to, like, adjust whatever, like, audio suppression thing it has.
Yeah, I don't know. It might have taken a while to acclimate to your room tone or something. Wow. Real quick, Baboosh92 writes, Joe, I love how you have different camera angles every stream. Yeah, the camera gets larger, too. We are actually only $1 away from the next face camera expansion milestone, thanks to our latest tip from Mini Cheese Mouse. So, yeah, if anybody wants to show Baboosh92 how the camera expands, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. With us on the line right now, is that Tommy Boy, my community liaison, who is working on this week's newsletter. Tommy, you said you had some questions that you need answered.
I do. Can I go over what headers I have so far first?
Yes.
Great. So I have the intro. I have the HermitCraft TCG just to let people know there's only 1 week left before pre-orders close.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Minecraft servers for the DS9 event schedule, which hasn't changed. I have Everstorm. One of my questions is in regards to Everstorm. First of all, do you have everything you need to reset it tomorrow?
Yes, Toxic sent over a bunch of stuff that I'm gonna. He
Yes.
basically sent over the back end data packs, resource packs, mods, whatever. So
Yes.
the idea of our Everstorm server, for those of you who are not familiar, is it's a month-long hardcore server. It's set up, even though the server itself might have some custom rules or not be vanilla, it's set up to connect with a vanilla client. So anybody in our Discord community at the $10 and up level can easily just connect and then immediately get murdered because it's a hardcore server. So yeah, I have everything I need from Toxic for that. I need to make sure I do have that on my schedule tomorrow to do that reset.
Perfect. And
Okay.
then I saw the information Toxic had provided in server operations. How much of that am I allowed to share in the newsletter? I don't want to just copy paste that whole thing, you know?
Oh, that is a good and delicate question. I'm gonna have to alt tab over there and look at that myself. See, thank you, Tommy. This is exactly the sort of thing that you should be making. Um,
I've got that second and third line in because I think it's fun and I'm quoting him on it.
um, the laughs maniacally. Get ready for some data pack nonsense fun.
Yes.
Um, I would say, um, uh. Toxic has modified world gen and crafting to encourage exploration far and wide. See exactly how tomorrow. Well, I mean, you can say that in your own words, but I
Right.
feel like that's as much of a spoiler as we want to give, is the intended gameplay style, but not say how he is accomplishing it.
Gotcha. Okay, and then after that, I've got a bit for Vanillish, just how the update's been completed and everything looks good.
Okay, yeah, we're on
And
120 now.
oh, I thought it was
Oh,
19.4.
I don't. I forget which one is which. Yeah, yeah. No, 120
Great.
isn't out yet, is it?
No,
We're on the whatever
I'm.
one is up. I'm tired. Okay. This is why we have somebody competent checking my work.
No way. Who's
I'm,
that?
it's you.
Oh
Surprise.
no. Okay.
It'll be
I
fine.
also have the petition state, which Yergi had announced previously in the Vanillish channel, so that's there as well to remind people.
Great, great, great.
I then have pinball, and then I have the upcoming stream schedule along with notable streams. My other question was, should I include the Don, whatever how you pronounce that last name, stream
Don
in there?
Quixote. We actually had 2 Don Quixote streams.
There was.
Yeah, last night was a Don Quixote stream too. I haven't. Let
It
me
wasn't in the
go.
playlist.
Let me go. Okay, well, see, this is why we do this, so I can go fix stuff.
Aha.
There was a lot of storms last night, so I didn't actually like go back to the computer.
So should I include
Let,
both of those then?
yes, youtube.com/my videos. I will add that to the playlist and rename it. I think that we read chapters 9 through, I think we read chapters 7 through 9, but we might have read through 10. Let me check Project Gutenberg, Don Quixote, and see which chapter we actually read to. Yeah, so it was chapter 6 through 9 last night. So I'm gonna rename that episode from last night. Don Quixote chapters 7 through 9. on HermitCraft 9 Live. Playlists, Don Quixote streams, Minecraft streams. Set this to unlisted and save. Yeah. And you can mention that something along the lines of Joe isn't exactly sure about continuing the Don Quixote thing. If y'all have thoughts on it, feel free to put that in feedback creative.
Okay.
But yeah,
Should we ask if there are any suggestions on future readings or no?
we've done that already. And I honestly I need to sort out whether or not I want to keep doing Don Quixote before I start entertaining other stuff. Like,
Sure.
because the reasons that I continue or don't continue Don Quixote would be the reasons that I would pick up or not pick up another thing possibly, and like if my brain is not, if I'm like we have this unresolved chaotic issue, I've gotta look at that.
Makes sense to me.
Leia Wilton says, "Wait, you're doing Don Quixote streams? When is that? What is that about?" I was literally just reading Don Quixote. I was reading parts of it in the original Spanish and then going back to the English for comparison. Like, it seems like a pretty good English translation, actually. It's, yeah. So yeah, I have concerns about doing translated works in general. I'm still kind of mentally working through it. But the thing is, Don Quixote itself is 100 chapters, but we can read about 5 chapters on average a stream. So that's about 20 weeks if we did it only on Saturdays. I think what I might do is just instead of the thing is, I've had a hard time lately just with like managing my exhaustion levels and stuff. And so, like, yesterday night, I rolled in and I was like, I was out in the sun all day at a wrestling event / punk show, and I am wiped out. But I still have a lot of, like, mindless, grindy work to do in Minecraft. Let's just read more Don Quixote. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe, because I think Don Quixote is also easier to pick up or jump into in the middle than Dracula. At least it is so far. I might end up just kind of reading it on whatever days I like, instead of like on a day that I would have done a 1 hour chill stream, I do the full 2 hour stream, but an hour of it is Don Quixote instead of me having to think or something. Toxic Glitter says, when are you aiming to do the reset time-wise, Joe? I was thinking sometime before lunch so you can review on your lunch break. So I'm typing that to Toxic right now. Leah Wilton says, unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish. Well, don't worry. I mean, I was reading most of it in English, and the parts I read in Spanish first, then switched over to the English. So Notorious LSP says, Don Quixote is a good read. Yeah, the thing that's kind of threw me off is I didn't realize how violent and gory it would be. I knew it was a pastiche of chivalric, like, adventure stories, but I didn't realize it was going to be, like, Evil Dead 2 levels of gore. But, like, so part of me's like, I mean, technically the stream is marked as mature, but I'm just like, like, and I mean, yeah, there's violence and murder and stuff in Dracula too, but like, the depictions of violence in Don Quixote are intentionally comedically over the top in a way that I wasn't expecting, and that's actually one of the things that I'm kind of like, I don't know if this is great late night reading. I don't know. Loopy says your metric is this something good to read while placing birch planks? Yeah, yeah. It's like I want to read things that are culturally important, and one of the things that makes works resonate can be that they're disturbing. But I've got to kind of calibrate how disturbing I want to go with this. Like, Dracula isn't disturbing in ways that Don Quixote is disturbing. I would say that Don Quixote is definitely the more disturbing book of the two so far. Sorry, Tommy, we got kind of derailed there. But,
it's all right.
Yeah, so
Okay.
did you see in the playlist where I added the second one?
I've already got that put into
Okay.
the newsletter already.
Thank
So
you.
my next section is the upcoming conventions and then the farewell.
Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting. I keep intending to record coming through here, but it's too late now because I'm not doing that. Yeah, let me check if Tennessee Game Days has
I
announced.
checked. I have not seen anything on that web page.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for saving me a click.
And Music City Multicon has not released the ticket sales yet either.
Okay.
I also checked for that.
Perfect.
So are all the sections I had, am I missing anything?
I think that's good.
Are there any tweets you want me to include?
Well, you know what? For the upcoming notable streams, did you mention having Quinn for the special 6-hour Friday mega stream for Legend of Zelda?
That's in the upcoming stream schedule. I've essentially copied and pasted what you had, but I formatted it into bulleted points.
Gotcha. Well, that 6-hour Zelda mega stream is definitely something that like we want to promote.
I mean, I'm personally excited, so I will just make a whole little blurb about
Yeah,
how excited I am.
Yeah, I would. So the plan is we're gonna have the arts and crafts camera set up, and Quinn is gonna have like a whiteboard and be like mapping things and keeping track of objectives and kind of like helping strategize and you know, we're gonna be doing some live cooking in the middle.
Ooh.
Where I mean, it's we figured out how to set up a pizza cam on the oven.
Oh, that's so fun, actually. Yay.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. It's gonna be it's going to be more extra than it probably should be.
That's perfect.
But yeah. And we're gonna have tipping goals. Like if we hit $2 billion, we're gonna launch our own prestige television network. Stuff like that. So I don't know if we're likely to hit $2 billion in 6 hours, but I feel like if you don't try, you won't know.
I'm including that.
Yeah, that's part of the hook, is we're going to have a thermometer also on the whiteboard that goes up to 2 billion with a bunch of things that are very, very expensive, but like we actually brainstormed this for like an hour. What are things that if we had the money, we would actually do and be like happy about doing them? You know? Like, oh, I don't want to get this money, and then like, oh yeah, we said if we got $25,000, we'd blow it all on Twitter ads. It's like I would be really annoyed if we got $25,000 and blew it all on Twitter ads, right? Like,
Right.
It's like, so at $25,000, we'll each buy a pinball machine and also get pinball streaming rig. Like, stuff like that. So there are things that like, if we, you know, one of the milestones. Let me actually, Tommy. You know, I'll just run you through. This is not necessarily for the newsletter, but just to give you a sense of the event.
Yes.
And these are subject to change, but I have the tentative thermometer milestones here. Let me pull that up. If we hit $2 billion, we would do the Prestige Television Network. If we hit $200 million, we'll set up a live streaming service and also invest in research and development of the next generation of animatronic Chuck E. Cheese style animals, so that when streamers stream, They can have like animatronic bands and stuff behind them. And at $20 million, we would buy a building to operate as a theater that we would live stream from. At $2 million, we would buy a duplex house and set up a garage studio for ourselves. At 200,000, we would do a record pressing of remastered. Well, not technically remastered. We would actually re-record all of the music from volumes 1 and 2 of our albums with like session musicians and stuff, because Quinn had done some instrument work that wasn't exactly in her wheelhouse, and like if we actually like got people who were like real flautists or whatever, or for some of the backing stuff, that'd be really cool. So at 200,000, we would do a re-recording of all our previous music with session musicians and try and do an actual tour and then do a record pressing. 25,000 was the pinball and pinball stream equipment. 6,000, Quinn would get a new guitar and I would go visit Badger. And if we hit 2,000, then we would have covered enough of our cost of living expenses that if we went and bought the other stuff sometime in the next week or so, we wouldn't be entirely screwed. Okay, Tommy, I'm not hearing anything back from you.
Very, 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 very realistic goals.
Well, we don't. The thing is, they have to be realistic because if we accept money toward them otherwise, then it and we didn't plan to actually do them, it would be fraud, right?
Right.
Like,
yes, for sure.
Like, if we had $2 million, we could buy a duplex and build a studio in the garage. And have money left over to actually like operate it and cover surprises and stuff, Like, we were like, what we don't want to do is you don't want to have that Kickstarter problem where you ask for exactly the amount of money you think you need for something, and then you're like, oh no, now the hot water heater went out, and we spent literally every single dollar, So, yeah, we went pretty realistic with these goals. So I don't know realistically that we are going to hit the 2 billion mark, but I feel like 20 million might happen. It's a 6-hour stream. We normally don't go that long, so we'll see. And I mean, I would love, like, when we're talking about buying a theater, like, I mean, like, literally, we would set it up with like a live streaming stage setup. So I could do my show every night, like the way they do like the late show or whatever, where you have people coming in, and there'd be enough budgeted in there for like, at that point I'd be spending more on in-studio ushers than on moderators. But, so we'll have to staff up, Tommy, but, I feel like that's worth looking into.
I mean, if you're gonna make the 200 million in the 6 hours, just stream for 60 hours instead to reach the 2 billion.
See, the problem is stuff like that doesn't always scale because the viewers might have, like, it's the same viewers in hour 7 that there were in hour 6 a lot of the time, right? And they only have so much resources. So, you got to temper your expectations, but, you set the stretch goal because maybe you hit it. So if we hit the 2 billion, then, we're not just running our own streaming network with animatronic animals out of a theater. We're also funding prestige television.
Okay, so then 6-hour stream 10 times.
Maybe. Once again, though, you got to schedule them like after people's paydays because people only get paid once a month. Sometimes with certain things, they only get dividends every quarter, right? If they're living off dividends. So you can't just stack a bunch of 6-hour streams together. I will say, though, if we are actually... I would say if we hit the $6,000 mark, we'd be pretty likely to do a follow-up stream and play another 6 hours of Zelda or something. Maybe not 6 hours, but however much we could fit in, like, the Monday after. Oh, actually, go ahead and pull... the Monday coffee stream from this tentative stream schedule, because I realized that if we did actually get, if we hit the guitar/travel goal, we had talked about doing a Monday stream at that time and just basically doing another Zelda stream for maybe not the whole 6 hours because I have HHH, but like whatever. So.
I don't have a Monday after the Zelda stream on the schedule.
Oh, great. I thought I had put in Monday, May 22nd on there, but I guess or May 15th. I guess I hadn't. Good.
Nope, we stopped at Sunday.
Because I realized that was a possibility.
You're thinking ahead. You're doing great.
I am. So anyway, this Zelda stream is going to be pretty bonkers. Because we'll also be brainstorming as part of the fun conversation. We'll be talking about, like, hey, if we actually did hit this goal, what animatronic animals would we want for our theater as the live band? Or what sort of prestige TV shows did we like most that we might want to fund things, by the same people or whatever. So it's kind of like also like a list of talking points too. Like if we did get the garage studio, how would we deck it out? How would we equip it? All that stuff.
Jay said hi Tommy's voice to me, and I don't know how to feel about that.
I think you should feel fantastic because NJ is a fantastic person who brings joy into people's lives.
And I'm a disembodied voice.
Exactly. Ender Ninja says Joe is both realistic and off the walls. See, that's the thing, is it's about commitment to the bit. Like, if somebody gave us $2 billion, we would absolutely do everything in our power to actually make this happen. Like, Quinn actually does have a degree in film direction and has contacts in LA, lived in LA for several years. Like, this is one of those things, like, I don't think that it's likely that anyone's going to give us $2 billion, but I am certain that if we were given $2 billion, we would make a go of it. We would genuinely be like, cool, this is what we're doing now. Let's go. Dunkaphone says, what live stream event are you talking about? This Friday at 8:30 a.m., which is like 90 minutes before now in your time zone. Quinn Hills and I are going to be playing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 Tears of the Kingdom 2023 for 6 hours. And we've never streamed this long together before, so we thought we needed to set some pretty big stretch goals. So we'll see how it goes. Kindle says, is this before tax or after tax numbers? We padded it in that even after tax, we'd still be able to get going with it. Okay. So, Tommy, what other questions did you have for me?
Are you okay?
Yeah? Do I not seem like... Okay.
I don't know. I'm just checking in.
No, it's fine. I mean, I did barely sleep last night, but I woke up feeling great anyway. And I'm like, oh, that's always a problem. And...
No. You just have to make it a problem.
No, because, like, I was texting Badger saying... even though I couldn't fall asleep, I was bragging to Badger yesterday about how since we started doing these 8:30 streams, I'm not napping right after I drop Corinne off at school, and then I'm sleeping better at night. And then last night, I'm like, and now I can't fall asleep. And so I was texting Badger, like, yeah, I shouldn't have bragged to you about that. Of course, I totally couldn't fall asleep last night. Somehow I woke up feeling great anyway, but we'll see how much my cognition is actually impaired. And then I immediately almost walked into a person on the sidewalk when I thought I was on a completely empty sidewalk. I thought there was no one around, like, at all. Like, I was like, oh, yeah, that's impaired cognition right there. Yep.
Hubris isn't real. It can't hurt you.
Yeah. Impaired cognition plus feeling great is worse than impaired cognition plus feeling terrible. Because when I feel terrible, I'm like, I probably shouldn't try to do anything right now. But when I feel great, I'm like, I should try and do everything right now. And then I'm like, oh no, mistake. Delg says, I just want to see 2 million in 6 hours because it would have to be some kind of record, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely, Delg. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, well, 2 million isn't the Prestige Television Network level. That at 2 million, we're just buying a duplex and then putting a studio in the garage. But at that point, like, my single biggest expense month to month is housing. My second biggest is health insurance. So if Quinn and I both didn't have to pay rent anymore because we bought a house outright, like, that would really free us up creatively to not, like, yeah. I mean, I'm rounding up slightly when I say that my rent is about $2,000 a month, but it's actually cheaper than it was my last apartment building. They kept jacking up the rent during the pandemic. Because they were like, we want to renovate the building. You should move out. I'm like, I don't want to move out. And they're like, that's fine. When I moved in there, it was like $1,600 a month. And by the time I left, it was $2,400. So this place is slightly less than $2,000. But it's still, like, Nashville is stupid expensive for rent. So, like, if we could just buy a house and be set, that would be a huge, huge relief. Like, okay, so, Tommy, any more questions?
No, I think I'm set.
Awesome. Well, I will leave it to you to wrap up that newsletter. Thank you so much again for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Tommy, if folks wanted to find you anywhere out there on the internet, where would you like them to find you?
What? Don't perceive me. That's what?
Yeah, hashtag mood.
I'm not really active online.
Are
I'm
you
active in
streaming
Discord.
sometimes, though, these
No.
days? No? Okay, I thought you were sometimes. Never mind then.
No.
That's
You
fine.
can follow me on Tumblr. I blog things. That's fun.
What's your Tumblr? Tumblr.com.
Tommy-boy.tumblr.com.
Tommy dash boy. I'm assuming the dashes are hyphens and not like the
Yeah.
word dash.
No.
Hold on.
They don't let me put underscores. It's so sad.
Okay. Tommy-boy.tumblr.com is not working for me. Let me see if I can just search for you. Oh, maybe I spelled it wrong.
Did you spell boy with 2 I's?
I don't think so.
Wow.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, I found it. Okay.
I don't exist anywhere else. Don't search for me.
I will post this then. Alrighty. Really, Navarra says, don't perceive me. I need this on a hoodie. Yeah, there's a great character voiced by Stephen Colbert on the Venture Brothers show, who's like a 10-foot tall alien who's there to observe how Earth takes a test and decide whether or not the planet should be destroyed. And he just walks around yelling, "Ignore me! Act as though I were not here observing you! The results of this test are too important to be interfered with by my presence." It's like, he's just screaming and gigantic. It's really good.
I start screaming at people to not perceive me. Will that work better?
Yeah. It's like in Order of the Stick, Haley the rogue screaming sneak attack when she attacks people. Okay. So I think that's it then, Tommy. If you're content, I am content.
Okay, this is me silently leaving the call. Goodbye.
Keep adventuring, Tommy. Okay. So I'm going to disconnect from the call as well. Ink Curious says, I had a moment of sticker shock when I realized that $2 million for a duplex is probably not dramatically over budgeted down there. Yeah, no, Nashville is wildly expensive. Um, but I really like. I feel like my kid has had enough drastic changes in her life the last few years. I don't want to relocate somewhere cheaper if I can avoid it. Changing schools on top of everything else with COVID and her mom moving out of state. It's just too much, you know. Like if it became necessary, I could go live super cheap down by my parents in Coffee County, Tennessee. But um, I don't know. There's a reason. There's a lot of ska songs about not wanting to move back to your hometown or being stuck in your hometown. And I don't want to do that either for my own sanity. Like, I was looking at it and I was like, okay, so if I could, or if I decided, you know what, it's worth it to save the money by moving like super cheap near my parents, then I would be taking all of that money and saving it toward moving away from there. I would be committing not just to moving my kid out of school now, but moving my kid out of school again as soon as I could possibly financially afford it. I was like, I would just be saving all that money to try to move back to Nashville. And so, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at it and I'm worried I might not be able to afford a house until after Corinne goes to college. Because just it's too expensive. Anywhere around here that has good public schools is too expensive to buy a house in. And anywhere that has bad public schools, I feel like it would be selfish of me to go buy a house and put at the expense of my kids' education. So right now I'm just over here slowly bleeding through my retirement fund since I stopped doing freelance work. I keep hoping that the YouTube revenue will tick up, but there's been, some weird stuff with all that. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But like, Organic Goma says Franklin is even more expensive. Go east. Anything between Nashville and Knoxville. Yeah, the thing is, most of the stuff, like, I could see myself being happy, like, in the Smoky Mountains somewhere. But, like, I don't want to be halfway between Nashville and Knoxville. That's just depressing. Delg says, YouTube revenue is notoriously fickle. Gotta start selling feet pics. Yeah, I tried posting those on Tumblr, and I think they got blazed, but I don't think I'm getting a cut from the blaze revenue. So, clearly something's wrong there. That's not a good system. Yeah, I haven't talked to my landlord yet about renewing. Oh, well, I sent an inquiry about renewing our lease, but I haven't heard back if they're jacking the rent up. If they are, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because, like, we're... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Tumblr is paying anyone anything. That's the problem with this Blaze system. They're like, you can pay to Blaze somebody else's post, and we'll keep all the money. And I'm like, what? I should actually VIP Delg so people know this is not just some random guy telling me to show feet. Delg is somebody I've known for a few years. Who's actually run the Call of Cthulhu, several of the Call of Cthulhu games I played in. So. Okay. So yeah, it's just more expensive reblogging, basically. But yeah, now you got your fancy diamond there. Arrow Awesome, I think you need to check your internet. That's not on me. Doug says, my only consumption of Tumblr is through screen caps people take of it. Yeah, my only consumption of TikTok is stuff people retweet of it. So, yeah, it's about the same. 46 Bonnie says, my husband is the one that's working right now to... because of my mental health, I can't work right now. We live in Kentucky and we're trying to save up and buy a house. Yeah, it's gotten way more expensive out here. I'm not sure how bad it is in Kentucky, but I'm assuming it's something similar. Kind of since the pandemic hit and a lot of people realized they could work remote, housing prices all over Tennessee have shot up. Nashville has been expensive for the last few years, but even the stuff like outside of Nashville has shot up. In the last 3 years or so. People from New York and California and stuff just did not want to have no space during a pandemic when they could work remotely anyway. And I don't blame them. It makes sense to me. But it also means I'm looking at it and it's like, I probably can't afford a house until my kid moves out. Which is what George Bailey was like, is the worst case scenario for people when they're trying to get a mortgage in It's a Wonderful Life. Like, they called this back in the, like, early days of cinema. What year did It's a Wonderful Life come out? It must have been, like, late 40s, like, right? It's a... 46. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. So, I'm looking at the clock here. We've been going... Is it raining? This is how good I am at looking at clocks. Like, what's the weather like? But yeah, I was gonna say, looking at the clock, I was hoping we'd have some other hermits online if we wanted to record something, but it doesn't look like anybody else. I was hoping we could catch our mystery hermit, who I'm pretty sure is not Pearl, because she wasn't over there earlier, or Pearlier, as we say in the biz. Tommy, when linking to Quinn, send people to redactedhills.com for the most part. Thank you. Good question. It's cloudy o'clock. Okay. Definitely sounds like it's raining. Like, lightly. Okay, where were we? We need to put away our extra elytra. We need to actually... I think we're going to just record this next segment, even without. Impulse will be on shortly. Yeah, I don't think this is Impulse's, though, because he's got that huge area... And he's still got the internals of iBuy to work on. Oh, good, the bees are out. I was going to put some more flowers in. Oh, well, let's do that when we're recording. We need to dump off the logs in the extra elytra before we start the recording. Okay. Hey, we've actually managed to like restock. Let's get all this stuff that's not birch out of that one. We've actually managed to pretty well restock our birch chest here. Let's label that. And throw this other stuff away for right now. Impulse did join the game. Yay. Morning Impulse. Actually, I don't want to grab... Basically, I want to throw all the random nonsense in here for right now. Just to get it consolidated down some. Let's see, that's a sunflower. We want to keep the flowers. Put those in our hotbar for right now. Hotbar. Hotbar. No, 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 hotbar. Do 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 no 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 do no 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 do 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 no no. So we are definitely cleaning a lot of this stuff up, consolidating as we go. More flowers, that's good. Let's grab those. Chop up that. And then we'll record something over by the bees. Okay, put that away, put that away. Get the sunflowers down here. Boom, 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 boom. Alrighty. Some chops. Extra totem can go away for right now. Alright. Stretching out a little bit before we start recording. Ooh, new message in the HermitCraft group. Better make sure it's not like, don't go in this spoiler area full of bees. Somebody already put bees in it. For the love of God, please leave it alone. Okay, that's not the case. Next problem. Okay, more correspondence rolling in. Okay, people talking about the Kentucky Derby. That's nothing I need to worry about right now. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see, other stuff people wrote real quick. Anything here I gotta do, 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 do. Gonna read up on all the things, all the things. There's a reason this is called the Coffee and Correspondence stream. I need to make sure that I've not missed anything. I think we're ready to start recording for the episode. So I'm going to turn down the window mic because there's like an airplane out there. Welcome, Gil Jackson. Woo! Are you for real? Switching over to recording mode. Start recording. HermitCraft, Season 9, Episode 63, Segment Bravo, Take 1, and action. So, I spent 6 hours... Have y'all ever read Don Quixote? It's way more disturbing than I expected. I read Don Quixote while actually coming in here and getting the second level of plywood we need in on our machine. Now, we are going to have to put the subwoofer hole in at about this point, but we have used 100 and let's say about 113 stacks of logs to punch that hole there, basically. We wouldn't be able to have the cutouts for the subwoofer and the power switch and a few other things on the bottom of the pinball machine if we didn't properly double wall it. Now, the power switch is going to go, I'm just eyeballing this, about here. So, as you can see, we've got a lot done right there. Now, I wanted to stop by and see if our mysterious new neighbor has done any more building. And it does not look too impressive over here. This bed and shulker box are both new, however. So, let's see if we can determine from the shulker box's contents who it is. We've got Good Flights with Scar and a Churro. This might be Scar's build. I don't know. But you know what? Either way, let's go ahead and leave some extra flowers here for the bees. In fact, is it funny if we move a bunch of the flowers over next to the bed and stuff so all the bees will hang out there in their copious bee time? I think it kind of is. I think it kind of is. So we're going to set up more flowers out this way. Sorry, bees. Don't be mad. It would be a very fun programming element if when you punched a flower that a bee was, like, using, it just was like, no, not today, and full aggroed you. But yeah, now all the bees can just come hang out here by these flowers and this bed. Who likes blue? That might be the question. Who likes blue? Well, I don't know. Either way, I did want to also check on if Mumbo's button machine is set up yet. I did find out when the TCG Championship is going to be. It's probably not going to be this episode. It's probably going to be next episode because of embargoes and stuff. But if we come over here to Mumbo's incredible button machine, nope, it is still currently in testing, coming soon. So we will have to come back and revisit that. I do wonder if our pal Mumbo maybe saw our gift of doubloons. You know what? I can't even see our gift of doubloons. Let's see if we fly around this way. Can we see the gift of doubloons? Wow, no, they're in there real good. Okay, so let's just assume Mumbo hasn't touched this yet. Let's try this again. Let's try. I'm not actually really happy with this. I think we actually need to grab some ender pearls. Making lots of clicking noises, so I see these spikes in the audio, and I know not to include it, Joe. Future Joe, don't put that part in. With our bees buzzing happily near our blue bed here, I realized maybe I should grab some ender pearls out of the... I don't have ender pearls in here. How do we want to structure that then? Okay. Jill Jackson, make sure you start your term paper with, I can't have opinions about ChatGPT because I am only a term paper about ChatGPT. However, my author, Jill Jackson, has opinions, which will be delisted below. Okay. Yeah, I definitely can just fly through the gap, but... I think I need to go close the window, too. It's getting louder out there. Oh, wow, it's raining hard. Yeah. Did I have other windows open? 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Walking off in the middle of a recording. And nobody else is, like, logged on during that. Okay. Doesn't Pearl's Overflowing Trash Shop have Ender Pearls? Yeah. Okay, that's a good point. Okay. Is it also funny if we... Okay, I think let's move the flowers in. I feel like that is funny. But I also feel like it's funny if we... How many hives did we have back this way? Real quick. Yeah, we do have ender pearls here. So, if we want the bees to go into the hives here, how many extra hives have we got since we started working over here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that it? No others have grown. Okay. I feel like 8 is enough to be funny. Okay. If we want... Okay, well, let's leave the empty one. I think that was the empty one. Whoops, no, that was not the empty one. You gonna go in there? Okay. The beehives were a side effect of the birch farming. That was not intentional. All right. So I'm looking at this bed, and it's looking pretty appealing. Let's see if this is a comfortable place for our mystery guest to sleep. Ah, delightful. I realized I also have, like, 8 other beehives, and I was thinking maybe we should hide them somewhere. Is there somewhere, like, funny to put... Is it... Would the bees, like, come up from down here if we hid the hives? Would it just be like, is this a bee fountain or something? What is this, a fountain for bees? Something like that. Ooh, there's water there. Water is definitely bad for bees, though. Wait, is there a lush cave down here? Not like a big one. That looks like a lighting glitch. It is. Okay. Well, regardless, this is probably not a safe place for the bees, so we're not going to put the extra bees in here. Part of the problem is I really like the gag about replacing exactly only the blocks they already had with the bees. So maybe the joke here is we take that. Okay, so we have 9 beehives, right? So we go 1, 2, and then we put the ender chest on that. And then we take the bed and we go 1, 2. And we put the bed on top of that. Yeah. I think that's the joke. I think that's the joke. We nailed it. We have 2 extra nests at the end of that. But yeah, okay, that definitely works. I should make another sign. Whoops, that was not how we meant to do that. Please be well rested, I think, is the joke that we want to go for here. So let me open a new window of Notepad so I can open up Alt Codex 4th edition. Please be well rested before your new project. Of course, I don't have any glow ink in here, do I? There it is. All right. So we took 6 more hives, and we have elevated this joke to the next level and written, please be well rested before your new build. I'm actually thinking maybe we take that and we make it yellow, because that's like a bee color, right? Boom. Nailed it. That is perfect. So now all that's left to do is go check out Mumbo Jumbo's button, which also starts with B, and see if he has made any progress there. I keep forgetting how far away this thing is. Where is it, actually? Oh, I overshot it. Here it is. Okay. Looks like he has not yet found the doubloons we left him. And if we check out front, yep, no button. Just a sign that says currently in testing, coming soon. I'm not sure that that text up there is super legible. Maybe we should use some glow ink, just as a treat. That wasn't my best ender pearl. Ah, much easier to read. Perfect. Okay, well, we'll come back here, hopefully, once he's got this going so I can get some diamonds, because I'm eventually going to have to go shopping. In the meantime, I need to start cutting some serious holes in the base of this pinball machine. That subwoofer isn't going to woof itself. I don't know. Either way, like I said, 6 hours of Don Quixote to put in this second layer of birch here. Let's punch some holes. Time skip. Stop recording. Face camera back on. Okay. Beauty sleep is a better joke and curious, but I didn't see it till now. Whew. Boy, I need to stretch again. Okay. Get your beauty sleep. That is better. That's objectively just the better joke, but it's too late now. I need to cut holes in my base for the base. All about that base, base, base. All about that base, base, base. All about that base, base, base. All about that base. I don't know if that's actually the lines of that song. Okay. Nope, Queen says I did almost expect it to cut there. Joe has me programmed. You know what? Okay. So, speaking of correspondence, let me see. How's your schedule looking today? I could be free on the hour for lunch if that works for you. Question mark. Okay, so we got less than a half hour left in the stream. Hey, welcome, Muscle Bop. Let's go ahead and actually figure out where this goes. So I need to pull up the. Let me get on my laptop here and pull up photos I made of the bottom of the pinball machine with the ruler. Cool. Cool. Yep. Okay, definitely gonna wrap the stream up by 11 my time because I now have lunch plans. Okay. Where's my Photos app? Okay. I went through one of the reasons I had a hard time falling asleep last night was I was so excited. I had spent all this time going back through and looking at all the photos. I wanted to gather all the photos I had of the pinball machine measurements into one place for easy reference. Because that seems like the sort of thing I should have done earlier, but I hadn't. So those photos were just all over the place. And yeah, not ideal. Okay. So, boy, that's a gigantic thing. Okay, so from the edges of the machine, let's go ahead and put these photos on the Google Drive so I can easily open them on the desktop. Pinball reference photos. I already did that. These photos that I was having a hard time finding were already uploaded to the Google Drive. That makes as much sense as anything else. Okay, never mind. Well, I still got excited looking at them all last night. Okay. Good job, Past Joe. Yeah, boy. So, I just had them in a different folder than I thought to look in. Okay, so which one of these is the one I want? That one may be it. Do 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 do. Da 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 bum 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 bum. Okay, so we're going to show in folder, and then we're going to open with Photoshop. Yeah. Why do I have to choose another app to open JPEGs? Why is Photoshop not in that list? Oh my gosh. I hate using Microsoft Windows. I cannot wait for the new Apple desktops to come out. I am basically like Windows is dead to me at this point. Like, if there's some Windows exclusive games I really want to play, I'll either play them in Wine, which is the Windows emulator. Although Wine is not an emulation. Emulator, it's like a remapping layer. Whatever. Or I've been asking myself, like, because Microsoft keeps trying to send the hermits and other people like us Xboxes, and we keep saying no because we don't want them. And they're like, but you can play Minecraft on it. And we're like, we don't want to do that. um, and I was like, what would it take for me to actually buy an Xbox? The other thing is, I don't want to accept a free Xbox because then I have to disclose that every time I make a video or a stream with it. Whereas if I buy it, I can just use it, right? I was like, what would it take for me to actually buy an Xbox? And I realized it's Windows 11. Windows 11 is just looks so unappealing that if I need to play games on Windows that I wouldn't be able to play otherwise, I'll just, you know, get the Xbox at that point. Wow, I held the ruler really awkwardly in this photo, and that's gonna annoy me for a while. I can route around the damage, but it's fine. Doug says, I feel the same way about Mac OS. I mostly use my Mac laptop to remote into my Windows machine. Yeah, the problem is that Windows, like, changes a bunch of stuff about your camera and audio settings every time you reboot. And when your whole job is video and audio production, like, it just wears you down. You know, but, like, the thing is, too, I feel like the average person only wants to deal with 2 or 3 operating systems, and, like, I've already got one operating system on my phone, one operating system on my servers, one operating system on my editing laptop, and then I've got my 4th operating system is my gaming PC. So it's like I've got iOS on my phone and tablet. I've got Linux, specifically like Fedora on and Red Hat on my servers. I've got Mac OS for Final Cut Pro on my editing laptop, and then I've got Windows on the desktop, on the gaming desktop. And Windows is the only one that like constantly makes problems for me. It's the only one that throws rakes in front of me for me to step on all the time. And I'm just too tired. I'm just too tired. I can't. I'm like, please, could you stop throwing rakes at me, Windows? And they're like, no. Okay. So let's get this base. Yeah. But anyway, Doug, I totally understand why somebody else would rather have Windows than Mac OS or whatever. For similar reasons. It's like I don't want one more thing to deal with, right? I get that. That's the me not wanting to deal with one more thing. I completely understand why you also don't want to deal with one more thing. Okay. Delg says, I'm putting Ubuntu onto a laptop here to dip my toes into Linux. Yeah, I was going to say, picking which Linux distribution for your laptop is really hardware dependent. I personally only really run Linux on servers. I'd love to possibly get a Linux PC at some point in my workflow. What I'll probably do is after I get my new Mac desktop, I'm probably going to get rid of Windows on this desktop and run Linux on it. But I haven't done anything with Linux video or sound in like 15 years. I've only done server-side stuff, which is a lot different. So I haven't run Linux on a laptop ever because laptop drivers were always kind of shaky. But yeah. So I'm trying to figure out how large this hole is here. And this is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 inches there. This is, or not 16 inches, 16 centimeters. But yeah, so if Ubuntu doesn't work for you, check what other people with the same laptop you have are doing for their Linux distribution, and that'll kind of help you find a good Good one. Okay. So let's see. How long is this? How big in diameter is this? It goes. Okay. So if we go down there to 10, looks like 33.5 centimeters. Yeah. Okay. So. 33.5 cm, 2 blocks. Okay, so 33.5 times 2.375, 79.5. So we're going to go with 80 block diameter. And that is 19.5 centimeters from there. So that's 46 blocks. Okay. So we need to count from 46 blocks here. Is it still raining, or can I reopen the window? It's so nice out when it's not actively dumping water into my... Oh good, more airplanes, yay! Boom, 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 boom. It could be the ender nest instead of the under chest. Okay. What did I write down? How far do we need to go? 46 blocks here? So, we're not doing great on rockets. Let's grab more rockets first. And now there's somebody outside talking on their phone. So we're going to turn off the window mic, because I don't want, like, my neighbors to be spied on. That's not cool. Okay. So, function F3. So 67 plus, so 46 plus 67 is 113. So we need 2613. Okay, so that's 46 blocks. So then, are we roughly lined up with the center line there? Yeah, it's about here. Okay. Into pearl into there. Can we even see where that gap is? Oh boy, I was like, we should be able to tell if that's a line from here. I cannot. Oh, we can just write down where we are, negative 2304. Is that right? Is this? Yeah, negative 2304 is the center line. Okay, so let's go find out if that's close to 2304. Hey, that was pretty close. We were 1 block off. Okay. So Minecraft pixel circle generator. Okay, so we want 80. Okay. Let's see, I just heard back here. Okay, just heard back from our Hermit about HHH. You're welcome. If there's anything minor we could do to help you gain some momentum, if there's anything minor we could do to help you gain some momentum, feel free to reach out anytime. Okay. So, let's look at this pixel art circle here. So that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gosh. I need to make this window bigger and then zoom in more. Okay. This is not a good way to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 6, 5, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, boom, boom. Okay, this is a big circle. Big circle. Okay, we're going to do last call for tips because I'm going to be wrapping up the stream shortly before the hour. So if you've been enjoying the stream so far this morning, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay. So if this is kind of the center line here. 2.37 times 3.5. You know what? Let's make it a 79 block one just so we can have it be easier. The build is actually an extra pixel wide. I know I say it's 256 by 128. It's actually 129. I kind of, because I wanted to have the ability to center things. Which, I mean, I guess it's technically... So, I'm looking at the math. It's close enough to 79 and it's and a half that, or if we... Yeah, do it that way. So we mark... Like, this is our... Oh, of course, there's nothing good to ender pearl onto here. So... Honestly, I kind of think that's a more aesthetically pleasing circle at 79 anyway. Okay, we got some birds, and nobody left on the phone, so let's turn the birds up. Okay, so if we go center, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, so there's center, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it's going to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 1. Wait, how many ones in a row there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's definitely 8. Okay. So we've gone, there's a little stutter step here. 2, 1, 2, and then 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then it's going to go 2, 1, 2 this way. I have after it goes 2, 1, 2, it's going to go 2 again, and then 3, and then 3, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7th one is on our midpoint here. So let's go ahead and put that post in there to indicate that. Okay. Does this look about right scale-wise? Like, let's do a quick sanity check. Yeah, that looks about right. Awesome. Let me look at the photo once again, though. Because, like... Okay, so if it went down to about there, that would be... I guess, wait, no, because when I'm looking at this, hold on, let's do it. I'm doing a sanity check on the scaling here. The edges look like they are about 15 centimeters from the side. So, let's do some quick math. 15 times 2.375... 35 pixels. 35 and a half pixels. So then the question is this here 35 pixels away from the edge? That does not look like it's 35 pixels away from the edge. That looks like it's 9 pixels away from the edge. You see what I'm saying? Did I set the radius to 80 or the diameter to 80? How did I do this so wrong then? Let's see here. Okay. Oh, the way I was holding the ruler. Okay, it's actually 23 and a half centimeters. Yeah. Yeah, it's 23 and a half centimeters. Did that wrong. Did that wrong. Okay. This is why we do sanity checks. You know what? We'll come back at tonight's stream and fix that. Is it tonight's the night we stream? Yeah. Okay. So, message back from Cub. Still in the process. Okay, Cub says he needs something for a project. I think I maybe don't have those. Okay, well, I'll have to follow up with him later about that. Let's well, let me write something now. Sure. Somebody's out there yelling again. Okay, so we're turning that off. Is there HHH tonight? This afternoon for me. That's the plan. We're currently trying to figure out a project for it. But it does, now that I know for sure that the TCG finale is not today, I can say there is going to be some sort of stream starting at starting in 2 hours. So, speaking of which, I need to go grab lunch. Any final tips we need to acknowledge? It does not look like it. So let's go ahead and see who is live. Pearl went live about the same time I did. So it looks like Impulse is about to go live. Why don't we raid Impulse? He's going live literally right now. So we're gonna / raid Impulse SV. Let's go. Let's see if we can dive bomb him in game. That's always fun. I think we're allowed to fly over. Well, let's not fly directly over Decked Out, but let's fly around Decked Out. And Impulse is in his base right now. So as long as we don't fly too close to Decked Out, we won't load the new chunks in Bobby Mod and get spoiled. So we'll fly over the perimeter instead. So we are going to send folks over to Impulse SV after this, once I dive bomb him in game. Let me make sure I'm not... Okay, I'm not quite late for lunch yet, but I will be soon, so let's go. Uh-oh. I feel like there's supposed to be a dragon somewhere around here. Maybe it's just not loading in because of Bobby. Maybe I'm out of range. Decked Out has been shown now. Well, Tango explicitly asked the Hermits to avoid Decked Out for the foreseeable future. So I think he might have new spoilers underway, is the thing. I don't want to assume he doesn't. If somebody tells you in the server, like, hey, guys, stay away indefinitely, like, he basically said indefinitely. Like, there's going to be stuff between now and when Decked Out launches. He doesn't want us over there. So let's go ahead and see if we can raid Impulse SV. He is somewhere inside of his building, and I don't know where the door is exactly. That is really hard to fly through. Howdy, Impulse. Joe Hill's right here. Bye.
Thanks for the raid. Bye.